on the vacation with my family. Here you can see this is the Bay of Bengal, and right now I'm in Pakistan. But right now the question came, the main point of this question came. Like we all know that the water of the ocean is so much salty. But the question came, why is the water of the ocean is salty? Do you know about it? Why is the water of the ocean is salty? Like we have been seeing the water like pond, river, that is not salty and it is really soft water. Yeah, so why is the water of the ocean is salty? Let's find it out and comment more. I will explain it to my next video. Thanks for watching. So back on. While I was in Cox's Bazar, I threw a question to you, that is why the ocean water is salty. So right now I'm here to talk about it. Let's get started. So the ocean water is salty. We all know that because while we're gonna visit the ocean, this time we're gonna telling that the ocean water is salty. Right now the question came, why is the ocean water salty? Let me gonna give you a reminder that our Earth, our 70% of our Earth surface is covered by the ocean, and the 97% of our this Earth surface is totally covered by water. Not about the ocean, just ocean. It's covered by water. So this 3% is the land, dry land actually. So I'm gonna tell you about this. So there's a huge number of things which is gonna call the why the ocean water is salty. This is a one number point because we all know this all water there's 97, but the river water, ponds water, lakes water, that's not salty, but the ocean water is salty. And the key concept about the point, the thing is that the ocean has, there's two forms. There's typically two main sources why the ocean water is salty. One is the rain and the river stream, and second number is the magma. Magma, you can say this earth's crust. Yeah, so actually it's a waste in the event when this is going to happening. So this time they are going to transforming it, filling it. So what will you answer? My first question is that no, I'm gonna answering it, then I will gonna ask this question. That is, while the ocean of water is salty, so why this is just going to be passing a cold? We know actually the ocean water is gonna covering, in biological term it's gonna covering and dissolve the carbon dioxide. Really, it's gonna dissolve the carbon dioxide from the environment, from the air. And what about the others? What about others and the fluids? And this is going to be happening like this. And the thing is that you all know this, why is the ocean water, the rain, our this rain is typically acidic cause in our environment we have carbon dioxide, CO2, and it's gonna forming with the rainwater, so it's going to acidic. Why it's gonna just left on what can I say, on a rock or a brick, it's going to destroy them, it's going to break them. While it's going to break it's gonna just leave some ions into the ocean water, like into the river water or into the ground. While a rock is going to be break, it's gonna really gonna leave some ions to the water. So we all know that the river water is always flowing, it's streaming. The river streams through this and they carry it. We all know that, like in our Bangladesh we have a lots of rivers, and it's going to just end in the Bay of Bengal. So as like this all river streams gonna bring these ions to the ocean. So this is a huge number of forms that is gonna, the ocean water or river streams are carrying a huge number of huge number of ions, like Na plus, magnesium chloride, sodium chloride, like this kind of ions or salts, these are ion or salts to the ocean. So this is a form, that's why the ocean water is salty. But the two number point is that the vent, yeah, the earth's vent, magma vent, we can say anything. Actually, in the ocean floor, sea floor, we all have been seeing some dense type when the water, the solid, the soil, each and everything going to gonna mix. And also in the underwater, in the ocean floor, this is really too much connected with the magma level of Earth's crust. Really, with the magma level of Earth's crust. It's like that there is water, there is the Earth's crust. So we know that the magma is so much hot, and also some opening flow sea floor, some opening sea floor is gonna leaving. It's gonna leaving some ions through the opening sea floor. Really, through the opening sea floor is gonna leaving sulfate, magnesium, nitrate, etc. So this time while it's going to throw or the open the ions or salts through the opening sea floor, it's going to happen. And also while the is water is so much, while the when at this point, when this is so much hot water and there is the temperature is giving some heat to the underwater of the ocean, like our earth's crust or the magma level is they are just giving so much temperature to the ocean water. That's why the underwater sea water can be hot. Really, some at some place this is hot, or at some point this isn't. So there's a thing where is this going. And also I'd like to mentioning that while at this point core concepts is going to mix, so it's going to throw and is going to spread a huge number of ions, anion, cation, totally ions. They are just giving are spread to the ocean. So that's why the ocean water is salty. That was the main 2 points, why the ocean water is salty. But there are also other reasons like evaporation. This is the most what can I say, most easiest and very simple, because we all know about evaporation. At evaporation, while the main surface, while the of the earth, when it's gonna mixed up with wind, like the surface of the ocean, we're gonna watching at this point at while is going to match this due to sun and due to sunlight, sun heat, the sun going to take the sun heat. For the sun heat is going to take some water vapors from the ocean surface. From the ocean surface, the water water is going to be, what can I say, some water is going to evaporate, but the salt can't evaporate. So the water, the salt is going to stay up. Really, the salt is going to stay in the ocean. The salt is going to stay in the ocean. And also, what can I say about the other thing, the water is going to evaporate, so the salt left over in the ocean. There's also huge number of point facts. We all know that the magma level, earth's crust, vent, this all are going to be carried the reason. Really, they all are carrying the reason why the earth's water is, why the ocean water is solid. And this is really, so let me gonna give you a summary. Really, let me gonna give you a summary. I don't know why my camera is really it's moving like earthquake, but it's not. I'm sorry for it. So I'm going to tell why this is happening. Actually, this is happening like this. But what's the main salt? What's the main salt? Actually, in the ocean, normally the 85% of salt is the Na plus and Cl minus, like sodium and chloride. It's not sodium chloride salt. It's the ion of Na plus and Cl minus. So this is going to happening in the ocean. But I have thrown another question, that why the river water aren't solid? Why the river water aren't solid? Really, there's a huge question why the river's water aren't solid. Be careful. The rivers stream are always flowing. We know the rivers stream are always flowing. It's going to go carried the ions. Actually, the river water is solid, but it's not that much that we can feel. Really, it's solid, but it's not that much that we can feel. Yeah, it's solid and it's going, the streams, rivers streams are going to carry all the ions. So while it's just going to be flow from one here to another here, So this time the water doesn't exist the salty or the salineness, and the salineness of this water is not going to stay up that much. So that's why we didn't feel that river water, lake water is not that much salty. Really, that's why the river water aren't salty. So right now, let me gonna give you a summary. Here I have written some points. I hope this is clear. So why is the ocean water salty? Here you can see. I have told you the 70% of Earth's surface is covered by ocean and the 97% of Earth's surface is covered by water. That means water. But at this point, the 3.5% ocean water is salt. Yeah, but this is true. If you can't believe, that's why I've written, because I'm not telling it by myself. I have studied on that, and that after that I'm telling it. 3.5%, like 3.5% ocean water is salt. But why we're going to meet it with see the ocean water, test the ocean water, they all are salty. What are you telling? 3.5% ocean water is salt? Actually, there's a thing. But 120 million tons of salt water, cubic of mile seawater, just read it out. 3.5% ocean water is salt. But 120 million tons of salt per cubic mile of seawater. Like 120 million. Just imagine. 120 million tons of salt. 120 million tons of salt per cubic mile of seawater. 120 million tons of salt per cubic mile of seawater. That's why while this 3.5% water is going to mix up with the normal seawater or the other seawater, other level, other size, is going to make all the ocean salty. Because this 1.120 million, this 120 million is not a less number, it's huge. I hope you can understand. And I have been mentioned that the total 80% is water. In generally the total 85% ocean water or the ocean salt is sodium plus and Cl chlorine minus. Yeah, sodium and chloride. There it is. But here is a breakdown. Maybe you can see this. Here you can see the chlorine, but there's a breakdown about all the salts. It's main. I have been written here. It's main. It's general. It will be happening for all ocean, and it's more breakdown cause. And if I'm gonna tell you to match this 85% with this Na, sodium and chloride, this won't match, cause it's main and it's generally formed. Like the hour on the ocean, total 85%, in generally total 85%, but there's a breakdown. And if you are gonna telling about more salts, more acidic things, this will be happening like this. Like here you can see the chlorine 55%, sodium 31%, and about magnesium sulfate this 14%. So here total 100%, these are scientifically proved and main, cause it's going to happening connected with all the ocean, and the basically generally 85%, and it's going to happening for the all ocean, and the breakdown will be happening for all. But we all know some ions cations is going to be break in the water, like the H plus and OH minus, like water is going to be break in the ocean. But we all know like how it's going to be break in the ocean. So this is going to happening like this. I hope you understand. Let me gonna give you all videos summary in just 2 minutes. So why is the ocean water salty? It's salty because of the river streaming, the acidic rain, and also the ocean water is gonna dissolve the dissolved carbon dioxide from the environment, and also there's the evaporation of the waters from the ocean surface. The salt can't evaporate, And the number two biggest point, the Earth's crust or the vent, the Earth's vent, the magma level, the hot water reach the magma level, and the opening sea floors are gonna leaving some ions. So at this point, while this is going to leave some ions points like this and also some other things, so it's going to match it up. So while it's going to living at this point, while they are a water, seawater, ocean water, seawater is taking so much what is going to be formed, and we all know, and the opening sea floors are leaving huge number of ions in the ocean water, seawater. So that's why typically it's gonna be acidic, not acidic, salty. Really, that's why the saliness, saltiness, the each and everything of this ocean is, that's why that's each and everything makes the ocean water. That's why that's all thing make the ocean water too much solid. And the last question, why the river water isn't or aren't, why the ocean water aren't, why the ocean water is solid but why the river water aren't solid. The river water aren't solid because of its streams and its flowing. We know the river water streams is flowing all through the time, and also that's why it has some salt but it doesn't show that much cause it's always flow. So that's why it doesn't going to match with us that much. So that's why the ocean water, river water is solid, and river water aren't solid. River's water aren't solid but the ocean water is solid. So I hope you understand why and how this process is happening, cause this is called science. So thanks for everybody for being with me, for listening to me, for watching this video. If you have any kind of question, you can comment down below, and if you haven't, really if you don't have, so you can just carry it on with next topic. You can comment about more topics that you want me to explaining. Thanks for watching, thanks for being with me. Until next, stay tuned, stay out with Samama Siddique. Thanks for watching.